Maybe someday. Depends on how many ghost friends I make.
It's just the one so far,
Yeah, see?
but there are others.
Harvesting.
There's always others.
We just like
Harvesting
one.
is not a ghost yet.
No, I'm not a ghost yet.
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 Robbie knows a ghost.
That's true.
I sucked him up into my
Ghost.
It's in his necklace.
That made it sound really fun. His necklace.
And his sensor.
Just take out your little necklace.
Yes, necklace.
All
It's way
right.
less cool than sensor.
This is episode number 35. We made it. We're back. We were gone for, it's got to be almost a month. Is it? A couple days short of a month.
Yeah.
But we're back again. Better than ever. Every one of us. Jason has foregone his human form and become a D8, which I think was a good move on his part. Makes sense if you're going to be playing D&D. Who wants a recap of what happened last time? Because I know memories are pretty useful, but I've got notes here that can help us a little bit more.
I want to recap. Pick me.
All I know is that I'm resting.
You're not resting. Right now you're in a wheelchair.
Kinda resting, yeah. Kinda.
We've been informed by Dave that it's not resting.
You're the same sort of kind of resting that you've been doing for
Exactly.
weeks and weeks and weeks now,
Yeah.
which doesn't count for anything. Last time on Legends of Drama, your group finally made it back to Corenia. If you remember, you left in the first place because you were tasked by Ziella and the Council of Corenia to discover the origins of an iron shortage. Corenia receives regular shipments of iron from a neighboring nation called Tarsaria. And when they stopped receiving them, they sent a few diplomats that never returned until eventually they sent the four of you out. And on your way out there, you discovered that Tarsaria was in ruins. The capital city of New Sanctum had been destroyed by a fiendish race of creatures that are colloquially referred to as bugs. And they've created some sort of amalgamation bug that towers hundreds of feet high that has destroyed that city and most of the people that live in that country. So you left there to come back and report that back to the council in Corenia. When you made it back, you advanced up towards the palace district to talk to the council themselves. You were met by guards at the gate that were escorting you. That did take you past Father Gregor in the Temple of Freyr, who is sort of overwhelmed at this point by refugees coming in from outskirts of town because the nation of Corenia has been invaded by the other neighboring nation of Internum. As people are flooding in and soldiers are flooding out, the walls of the Temple of Freyr are bursting at the seams with orphans and refugees and lots of people that need help, and only one elderly priest taking care of them. Once you get to the upper district, you saw a wedding was taking place. They were having a rehearsal dinner. The bride in question is Ravi's sister, who is marrying a young man from the town of Anders that you tried to break out of his house, who opted not to leave with the rest of you. When you got to the palace and you were ready to give your report and tell the council about what had happened, Ravi stepped forward and told them the story of your journey to Tarsaria and the things that you saw there. And they seemed sort of nonplussed. The main issue that they took with your account is that there was no physical evidence provided. It's all just based on your word. And since most of the members of the council aren't familiar with any of you, they didn't take it at face value. So they've asked you to give a more thorough report the next day at noon and sent you on your way. Not before giving you the 10,000 gold pieces you were promised for coming back with information about the iron shortage. So, in a big chest, sat on Armstad's lap in his wheelchair, and with every buff known to this party of adventurers, Ravi was beefed up into a super muscle man and pushed Armstad and 10,000 gold pieces all the way back down into the temple district, where you hid the money in the attic. Everybody took a small piece of it to go shopping. Ravi, however, stayed behind to help Father Gregor with the refugees in the temple. You went to Baloth, the alchemist, to buy some potions. I think we purchased only a handful, maybe one or two even, and got some things identified, some of the various oils that you found on your adventure. And then went over to a tailor to start to get some new clothes. Yeah. Everybody described their clothes to varying degrees. I wrote down the things that you said and forgot what all of them mean. So, we will have new clothes. We will have new clothes eventually. But we have made those purchases, so we are getting the clothes in order. So, where we're picking up this week is late afternoon, about 5, 6 o'clock. Ziella, after the council meeting, met you outside of the palace and told you to meet her that night in the docks district. We haven't reached the nighttime yet. Arvistan, Hajate, and Kriv are in the trade district shopping. And Ravi is back in the temple district in the Temple of Freyr, helping Father Gregor take care of a lot of displaced people. We've gotten some shopping done, but our shopping trip's not over. I've been informed that Kriv has a few more stops that they would like to make.
It can be later if it needs to be. I just forgot the 3 actually important things.
It's up to you.
Well, can I tell you the 3 things, and then you tell me if it's reasonable to find any of them?
Tell your friends.
Tell your family.
Okay. Hey, you, some of that kind of divination type magic I've seen you use, would you know where to start looking for divination tools? Or what those are?
Mine is a skull.
Yeah, I'm assuming
I got in the forest. Like incense or a deck of cards?
Like, 25 gold worth of divination tools.
So I would assume incense. That's a lot of incense, though.
Could be any combination of a bunch of things. Tarot cards, incense, crystal ball, all that fun stuff. Tea leaves. If you're one of those tea people, maybe you get a tea set.
That sounds hard to carry.
Doesn't have to be a tea set if you don't want.
I guess look for, tarot cards. I don't know if any of us know where to find that, or if we need to go ask your girlfriend, or if any of us are prepared to go talk to your girlfriend.
Quick question, does ink count?
As divination equipment?
Yeah.
Not for the purposes that Kriv's referring to. You might be using ink when you do whatever you're going to be using that stuff for, but it's not specific. You go to a different store for that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
I want to do the thing from Avatar where she threw bones into the fire and read the cracks in the bones.
Bones.
That doesn't sound like a thing that I can purchase as divination tools.
It could be, depending on who you ask.
Is Alira the person I ask?
I mean,
that's the only person I know
using bone.
Yeah. Would you know? Because, I mean, we also do encounter bones frequently, but I feel like I need something special dedicated to this.
My skull talks, like legit talks. I'm not like reading it.
Yeah, but I'm not you.
It's true. But like I don't know anything other than that. I've never done like divination that isn't someone straightforward saying this thing, do it. And then getting like the ghost equivalent of a high five. I mean, if we're talking knowledge of divination in general, that would be chicken bones usually because they're thin and they crack and splinter.
Maybe we could just head by, like, a butcher and take some starter ones, I guess.
I had a jar of eyes from a butcher.
Yeah, you're good talking to him.
Cool. We could do that. Oh, we
While,
could-
while we're out, the other things I want to keep my eye open for,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to get another journal, one durable enough to carry on the nonsense we're about to get into. So if you guys see any good journals, and I'm not sure how tricky this one might be, and I'm sure it will be costly, but I think we should have diamonds in our group, because I believe two of us have the ability to use that to
Wow.
tree people.
straight diamond. Well, if I was gonna use it, I would need 100 gold worth of it.
Yeah, I need to double check with that.
At least. I would need at least 100 gold worth of diamond.
Some
I don't know how
diamonds.
accessible
Okay.
that is. Yeah, because I am pretty sure Ravi also has the ability, and in theory, should someone die and we're right there like I was with Arvistan, should I have expensive diamonds, they can come back really quickly without being turned into a tree for a little bit.
Okay. Well, what
Yep.
I can tell you, your
It's a
journal,
lot.
finding another journal shouldn't be too difficult. There'll probably be a handful of different market stalls in the trade district that would have something that would suit that purpose without too much trouble. Divination tools worth 25 gold pieces you're not going to find at the butcher. You could get chicken
No.
bones and stuff there, but to get the tools that you need to be able to perform the task that you're wanting to, you'll need somebody that specializes in selling magical pieces of equipment like that, stuff that could be used to that purpose. Illyria is the person that would be your best bet for buying something like that. As for diamonds, there's only one store to go to in all of Corenia if you really want to get some quality gemstones, and that's #diamonds.
It sure fucking is.
That's spelled like you might expect with a hashtag,
Found them
and
on Instagram.
then DYMYNS.
Wow. I hope
That
it's
helps a little bit.
teenager. A teenager getting her hands on some fancy gems.
Those kids that robbed us.
Wow, that would be so sad.
Okay, well,
Just return the money everyone gave us. Here you go.
I'll just keep the divination tools on the back burner. I'm sure you want to see Alira before we full leave the city, so I'll just ask her that.
That's true.
Dave, how much should I mark off for like a journal? You said that was easy to
Let's take a look.
Okay.
See if I can price this out.
Yeah, I don't have my book.
So we want a nice journal. It's got to be durable enough.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
For-
like magic level paper, but like we do a lot of nonsense.
Where are you on waterproofing? Important, not important?
That sounds kind of important with us.
Oh yeah. Better waterproof that shit.
Big time, yeah.
Fire? What about fire?
Well, that's tricky because usually the fire's aimed away from me. Because usually I'm the problem.
So we're less worried about fireproofing.
Less worried.
Okay.
But you're making me curious what the most safe journal costs because I am also rich now.
Rich.
Well, yeah.
Rich.
So, yeah, a blank journal. You're wanting blank too, right? Not something that's already been written in.
Yeah. To replace the one I offered up. So I don't have dementia anymore.
We can get you a basic journal, just leather bound with parchment on the inside, for 5 gold pieces. Now, if you want something that's going to be extra durable, that has like thicker sheets of paper, that's bound a little bit more professionally, we can get up into like 15, 20 gold pieces for something like that.
Do it.
Yeah. That's fine. More durable is good. I'm rich. I gotta say it while I am.
Okay. We can get you one that's made out of the hide of basilisk.
Well,
So it's a little bit, or scaly, a little tougher. And that'll, you won't be able to like stab through it with a knife in your hand or anything like that. And most of the pages on the inside will be their own sort of thin hide. So that'll make them a little more waterproof in the event that you become submerged. Not saying that that will happen, but you never know. At some point, you might wind up underwater. You do have a sea elf in your group that was born and raised underwater.
yeah.
It's hard to believe that he's not going to wind up again in that point and probably dragging you with him.
Or also just rain.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. There's water everywhere.
Yeah.
Could get you anytime. It's like a ninja. So they'll have some protection from that. 20 gold pieces for that fancy bound journal.
That's good.
And that's going to take ink. You don't want to hit that with graphite.
Okay.
You should have some of that.
I do. I don't know if that's like a thing that goes away.
It slowly does.
Well, yeah, but I don't have a clue how much of that would be left.
You'll have
Yeah,
plenty.
I have a ton of ink, and I don't think I've used it even a single time.
I'll just take yours.
Should be plenty.
Okay.
And about those diamonds, did you want to take care of those right now, or did you want to save that for later also?
Can I have a crystal eye? I know that's very random.
Didn't do enough shopping last episode. How about
I'm saying you're doing whatever they're doing because you don't have your own mobility. So
I'll leave diamonds till later in case Robbie wants to get in on that. I don't want to make choices for him.
All right, that's true.
We probably won't die before then, probably.
Right, maybe. I kind of want to look in the shop though. Hashtag diamond.
hashtag diamonds is it's an upscale place. It appeals more to Hajate's interests than anyone else's.
In the gentrified part of the city.
Hell yeah.
It's in the trade district because that's where a lot of this market stuff's going on. But it definitely, the people that live in the trade district don't go shopping there. It's up to you. We can go there, or we can go wherever else you would like to be.
If you're intrigued, just go in there. Why not?
We're gonna bring Robbie. He can also.
True, he can benefit from
That's
this.
true. I also don't have 100 gold pieces.
Yeah, we kind of spend it on the
it.
300 gold pieces, which is what I actually need, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna have to wait. I need to refill my pocket.
Yeah.
I got
Alright.
small bits.
So did we want to return to Ravi in the temple?
I say yes. That way,
Yeah.
whenever we actually completely go and buy stuff, we can bring him with.
We gotta go meet Ziella.
Yeah.
Okay. So once we've talked to the alchemist and we found Kriv's new journal and we've gotten our orders placed for some new clothing items, we're getting closer to the evening, so it's time to go grab Ravi and then meet Ziella in the docks. Ravi, make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
He
Is that-
is working. He's
Is
busting
this-
his hump.
17.
Oh.
All right. Luckily, life of a couple months on the road has made you more accustomed to this much activity in a daily basis. So running around and taking care of people hasn't winded you too much. You still feel like you've got a little vim and vinegar ready to go when your friends come back. What would you guys want to do with Ravi?
Robbie, are you still like pretty juiced up?
I mean, I suppose as juiced up as one can be for a city under siege and with thousands of displaced homeless laying about.
You wanna bash some heads?
Whoa.
I
Or enter into a fighting tournament and make more gold, taking advantage of all the buffs you have.
those are
He's
long
still-
gone by
I
now.
was gonna say, I don't think he's still buff.
This is also a rather civilized city. They're not
Damn
really
it.
engaging in fighting tournaments.
Damn
And
it,
they're
well,
at war, so there's not really much frivolous use of weapons and armor going on.
there goes my idea.
And you
Yeah,
have
I'm
plenty of
sorry,
money.
I cannot be your giant muscle cash cow.
Damn it, Robbie.
It's probably illegal too.
You had one job.
Did you guys find anything while you were shopping?
No, we just found a place where we order some gear to get crafted and stuff like that. Griff got a new fancy book where she can write.
We got some rations too, like you wanted.
Perfect.
True.
Kajite has them.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So there's nothing in particular you wanted to do, Ravi? Did you want to buy diamonds?
We don't.
Honestly, I've kind of thought about it.
Me too. I've been thinking about it. Exactly 300 gold worth of it. That much thinking going on.
So, did we say how much a diamond cost at the moment?
Hashtag Diamonds is going to have all manner of different diamonds and different sizes and different price points, different cuts. So you'll get as much as you want. They're all going to be, I mean, baseline, it's still going to be pretty expensive. Even the cheapest ones they have there.
Yeah. So 300 gold is probably like one piece of diamond.
We'll see. I want to give Father Gregor his stuff while they're talking about.
Yeah, I will also pass off rations.
Sure. You unload for Father Gregor, take care of us. And he's got plenty of people here, and a lot of them are also trying to help, even though they're very tired and they've come a long way and they don't really have great places to sleep. They're doing what they can to pitch in to help their families and their neighbors take care of the other people in the temple. So it doesn't take too long. There's not one old man falling apart. There's a bunch of other old and wounded people that are helping unload all these rations and get them to the people that need them. Question now is, where would the four of you like to go? The two main places that come to mind are the palace stables, where you left Shell and Ghost and the young boys Seth. Deacon may or may not still be there. He might have gone home by now.
How much longer do we have before we are supposed to meet with Ziella? Is it like a midnight meeting, so we have like 6-7 hours, or is it a 10 p.m. meeting and we're going to be there in a few, not that long?
She didn't specify necessarily. She just said tonight. So it's up to you whether you want to assume that's going to be later in the night or play it safe and try to get there before the sun goes down. Either way.
Should we just like?
I think we should find a safer place maybe for this child.
True. And from there, just go and meet Ziella, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
That works for me.
All right, sick.
All right, let's go see. Let's go find this little boy a place to stay.
Okay. So you head back up towards the Palace District. This is going to take you back through the Upper District where all of the rich people live, where they were having that rehearsal dinner earlier in the day. It's breaking up now. Most of the main players in the bridal party have already left. So Ravi's family is already gone, and the family that they are marrying is gone. Most of the people that are still there are just drunk now and haven't found a place to leave yet. And there are some people cleaning up behind the others that have left. As you make your way past there, unless you want to stop, say something.
Yeah, I would like to pull one of them aside.
A drunk or a cleanup crew?
A drunk, for sure.
Okay.
How you doing, sir? I'm a cleric of Freyr.
Okay, yeah. Hey.
I noticed that there was a wedding that was going on, and
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, but yeah, but no, not though. It's just a rehearsal though.
do you know when the actual wedding is?
It's next week.
Thank you. I was just wondering because the clerics of Frey are going to try to do a better job of blessing such holy unions to make our presence more felt. Sometimes we think that we spend a little too much time just in our own little world and are trying to branch out.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
thank
You guys are always just so busy, and you're messing with poor people and stuff all the time. You're right. You just should be fixing that image a little bit more.
I agree.
I could put you in touch with a public official. Some of my PR people could maybe help you guys out a little bit more. Get your face out there.
I agree. And I will hand him like a gold piece. Please go buy yourself another drink. Thank you for your time.
It's all on credit. I'll take your money though.
I'm just gonna walk away.
I don't care.
And I'm just gonna leave.
This is going well.
He plays
Went perfectly.
Uses your gold piece to play quarters with another drunk person at the rehearsal dinner.
And I will quickly catch back up with the group and continue on our way.
All
Hey,
right.
Rob, do you know a good place to bring this child?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What did you say?
Oh, do you know a good place where we can bring this child? I have a feeling a lot of the time we're going to be up to not so child-friendly activities, not so cohesive to traumatized babies, and you're the only one who knows the city.
99 times out of 100, I would say the church. This might actually be the one time that's not the best case, but I can't think of a better one. Do I know if there's actually like a legitimate orphanage or something like that that's not run by one of the churches?
Most of that would be happening in the Temple District, and a lot of those places are being overflowed right now. Um, and he's very young, so you definitely can't leave him anywhere by himself. He's going to need somebody to take care of him. So you either got to take him back to the Temple District, to one of the temples where, and there are refugees, there are families and stuff that somebody would probably be able to look after him, but he's not going to be in a very great position there. Or you need to know somebody else in the city that you think would be willing to take care of him.
Is there a check I can make to try to think of someone else inside the city?
Let me think. Make an insight check.
Right down. That is 18.
All right. So we've got a handful of things that we could choose from. And I'll leave it up to you which one you want to go with. First and obvious option, Father Gregor is your main man. The temple there, you could take care of him. You could tell him he's special from you. Set him up with Father Gregor specifically, rather than just being another refugee in the church. He might get some special treatment if you think that that's worth it to do. But you might be thinking, he's not any more special than any of these other needy people. So maybe that wouldn't be fair. That'd be the best place to take him, in the Temple District. You are familiar with Illyra in the Trade District. She took your blood. She took Hajate's hair. There's some level of trust that some of you may or may not have with her. She has her own house. She doesn't have anybody else living there with her. She has a cat. Maybe she could look after him. So that's another person that you know. In the Docks District, which is the seediest district in the whole city, a handful of people. They're basically mobsters.
It's true.
But you know them, and you have a good rapport with them. Ziella was probably the first and foremost one that I would think of that
It's
you
true.
know about, who at least has some amount of trust in you and might be willing to take care of something like that for you. Or you could at least try it and see, and she might boot you out the door.
I mean, gangsters might be nice.
The last place, I would say this is worse than gangsters in the Docks District, probably by your reckoning, is that you have family in the city, and you could potentially take him to your family and have them look after him.
Yep.
That is true.
That is absolutely the worst option.
I don't think delivering a child would go super well with them. I just get that vibe.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I've been gone for several years. Here's my adopted son. Please watch.
Please watch.
Obviously not your flesh
Unadopted.
and blood. He's a totally different race from you. So
It's
very
that's what's
clear.
adopted son.
Be sure.
I mean,
He's
I'm
like
pretty sure.
he's like a bunny pig kid. So unless I don't know who you've been getting with, Robbie. Maybe.
Hey, his wife told him that it's his, so.
It's true. Okay. Once we get there, I'm probably going to lean towards taking him back to.
I thought that might be the case.
Yeah, to take him back to Father Gregor and see if I can't saddle him up with another family. And I will agree to help pay for the kid's needs while they watch him too.
But don't you think, like, with the little kids and all that stuff, with Ziella, wouldn't that be better?
Ziella is a decent choice, but very busy. Not to say that Father Gregor
The gangsters.
isn't, but I don't necessarily know if I want the young man to grow up and be the next Bubba or whatever.
I mean, he might have
He'll
other
learn to
children
defend himself.
friends.
He'll learn to defend himself, though.
There's a gang of pickpockets there to hang out with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see?
I mean, that's you're right. I
He'd be
suppose
good
that's
at
an
it. Super
option.
innocent.
The other option's just taking him with us and teaching him the ways of the road.
The ways of
Oh,
the
Lord.
hobos. We are technically hobos.
Yeah. Maybe Arvistan's the only one that actually has a home that he can go back to right now.
Yeah.
I think.
Hopefully.
We're all hobo. As far as we're concerned, the underwater hasn't been invaded.
That's
Exactly.
fingers
As
crossed.
Could we send the child to Atlantis?
Oh, God.
I don't think he can
Underwater.
breathe underwater, so I doubt it.
You're right. Probably couldn't even see under there. It's a little dark. I don't know how lit up their city is.
We have some nice lights on there.
Nice
We have,
pig bunny.
probably be treated as food, but
Seem-
stretching here and there.
Food. That's what my family would have said.
Father Gregor's looking better and better.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Uh,
I guess we don't want him to be a pickpocket. Not so bad.
he might learn it
Yeah,
there.
I guess.
If you leave
might
the
learn it.
rehearsal dinner, you'll head further up the city into the Palace District. You'll have to head over kind of to the side. The stables are kept separate from the palace itself. So you have to go down the road a little bit and get yourself to a gatehouse there. See, the gate is open leading to the stable grounds. And very near the gate is Seth, the little boy that you've been taking care of. He has his ears tucked back in sort of fear and worry, and he's shrunken up,
Oh no.
kept himself tight and small. He is facing away from the gate. He's facing towards the stables themselves. Ghost is there nearby him with one of the palace guards, sort of trying to keep him calm. He's sort of shaking and winnowing a little bit. The guard is trying to soothe him.
Where is his bird babysitter?
There's a light from inside the stables and a commotion going on in there. A lot of noise coming out.
I found her.
Boy. Oh,
Found her.
boy.
You'll see a palace guard come flying out backwards
Oh no.
out of the stables. He'll land flat on his butt and slide probably about 7 or 8 feet across the ground and then slump down on his back.
All right. You guys, does anyone have meat?
Sadly,
I mean, I got
yummy.
some of the. I only kept a couple of the rations, so a little bit, and I will hand Hazate some of the ration.
All right. This isn't gonna go well. Okay. Let's walk over to it.
Okay, Rajate. You going solo? Nobody coming with you? Might be
To
best.
To them. Not gonna make them come with.
I'm on a wheelchair.
It's true.
Or should I say you should force
When are
him
you
to
gonna
come with?
decide to just like dip? How are we gonna do that with you not doing anything for a week?
Very carefully, I guess.
We just put you up in the attic like an old coat. We just leave you there.
On top of the chest, just protecting it like what?
Yeah, protect us with your life,
That's
Arvistan.
our very limp dragon.
All right, Rajate.
Alone, I guess it is.
You are slowly creeping up to the open stable doors. You got the rations in your hand.
Yeah.
I suppose in like a little bag or something. You're holding it sort of out in front of you. Slowly approaching. When you look inside the stables, there are two other guards inside of there. They've got their backs to the wall. Shell is in the center of the stable room, this area here. You know, there's little paddocks off to the sides with the center of like the hallway that goes down the middle. Puffed up.
Oh no.
All a flurry. You could see that the guards have ropes and like saddles and other sorts of things that you would put on, that normally you would put on birds like this to domesticate them a little bit more. They seem to have tried to set Shell up and not succeeded. So they're holding these things and they're staying back. They're trying to get Shell penned up unsuccessfully.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on?
God, this thing is nuts. Where did you find
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, she doesn't like getting shit put on it.
Well, what are we supposed to do? She's in the stables. How are we supposed to get her in the paddock?
She's okay. Shell, hey.
Not okay.
Hey, Shell.
She's there all.
Hi, sweetheart. I'm going to
Trying to ignore you.
bow to her in respect. It's gonna be my first move.
Okay.
Weird
So,
shit.
how far down? Do you keep eye contact or do you drop it?
That's tricky.
They
I like eye contact.
Okay. So you never
I'm gonna
lower
say
your
no.
eyes.
No eye contact.
Drop it down, go all the way down, face to the floor. She sort of looks at the two guards with all of their saddling equipment also, and they follow suit with you. They all bow down. This is pleasing to Shell. She's happy to see.
I'm sure it is.
It calms her down a little bit. What will you do next?
I would like to slowly sit up, but not like leave my knees, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
And like hold the bag out to her, but I don't want to get any closer at this point.
All right. She struts right over to you. No problem. No trepidation at all. Leans right down, snatches the bag out of your hand, and gulps that whole thing down.
Have you guys been feeding her?
We brought food. What exactly did you have in that bag?
Meat. She eats meat, like a lot of meat.
I don't know what kind. We have a kind of feed that we usually give to the axe beaks that come through here.
She's not a normal axe beak. She shared rabbit with me once.
Yeah, we don't keep rabbit in stock.
Chicken.
Chicken. Does it have to be raw? I mean, we create a meal.
Whatever.
Chicken and pork offal, and we sort of grind that up and pulverize it and make pellets out of it.
No. No, she'd rather have the meat version rather than the pellet version. Or do you have like insects, like a bucket of insects?
I don't have a bucket of insects, no.
Oh, well, see, you guys have been feeding her wrong. She won't tolerate that other stuff. She's very attached to hunting in the wild like we are, unfortunately.
Spoiled, some might say.
I don't know what to tell you. That's what we've been eating.
I don't mean to offend, sorry.
Either. I'm not happy about it either. I'd much rather be fed by others. Anyway, can you procure some kind of meat, please? It doesn't really matter what kind. Just not that.
I'll head to the palace kitchens, and he'll bow once again to Shell. He'll motion for the other guard to come with him, and they'll leave. Each of them finds that guard that got laid out outside. Each one hooks an arm around one of his arms, and he's unconscious. He's totally knocked out. They drag him away.
All right. We're gonna stand up.
All right. As you stand up, Shell gets ready to go. She prunes some of her feathers a little bit, gives them a good shake, shoves some of that dust off, and starts leaving the stable. Let's go. Where are we going?
Wait. She can't talk to me. Mm-mm. Shell, I need you to get in the paddock, please. I'll make sure they feed you better, and I'll make sure that they don't put garbage on you again. And then I'm gonna like motion towards the stall. I'm assuming it's kind of like a stall.
Sort of, yeah. Or like a jail cell.
This is very hard. I didn't get the animal talker. God damn it, Kriv. Let's I don't know, she was just pissed. Let's try and prune her feathers for her in a very gentle manner. But I want to look confident about it. I don't want to look scared.
Do you want to look confident or do you want to be confident?
I want to be confident.
Okay. Give us an animal handling check.
Sick. Been a while animal handling. I don't remember what y'all are. Oh no. That's not promising. I apparently have been lucky this whole time.
Oh boy.
It's the tension. What are the rest of you doing with Seth and Ghost outside? Anything special?
We got a 15.
We'll come back to that in just a
Yeah.
second.
I would probably be talking to Seth, kind of explaining to him what the plan is, and try to bring him to Father Gregor, and kind of go from there.
He'll ask, did you see my dad?
I haven't found them yet. No, unfortunately, there's a lot of people inside of the city.
Is Father Gregor nice?
Yes, he is very, very nice. He is perhaps the nicest man I've ever met.
Yep, I agree with him. He's a pretty nice old man.
I'm nervous.
That's okay. It's okay to be nervous. But I think it's for your safety that you stay with Father Gregor and the groups of people that you're going to have there. We're going to do our best to make you as comfortable as possible, while the rest of us look for your family.
Are you going to be there?
Sometimes. I won't be there all the time.
Is that bird gonna be there?
No, the bird will not be there.
Do you like the bird, or are you scared of the bird?
She's scary.
She is kind of scary, but no, she won't be there.
Okay. Are we going now?
Very soon. As soon as, Hazote comes back, and then we'll head out.
Okay. Pajite. 15 on your animal handling check is not terrible. So you're not going to be bitten or anything right now. You're attempting to clean some feathers confidently. You just reach in and start doing it. And because you're confident, you're not looking at Shell's face to see exactly what the reaction is to all of this. But just for everybody else, so we all know what that reaction is. Shell is looking down at you wide-eyed.
She's like, for real?
Yeah.
I am doing my best.
But you don't see that. So you're just turning around. You're trying, focusing on places that Shell can't reach. So like right, at the base of the neck and places like that. And she'll let you finish.
Here's a question. Are those guys coming back at all?
They have to go all the way to the palace, get into the kitchen, look for some meat, and bring that back here. They will eventually.
Eventually. All right. Okay, let's pull out more ration meat.
Okay.
I think I only have about. I don't know how much meat is in rations. I have like 3-ish meals.
It's a snack for Shell, at least the meat
Great.
portions.
So I'm going to attempt to lead her into the cell.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Let's specify exactly what's happening here. Now, is this a trick? Are we trying to get her to go into the cell and then close the door behind her? Haha, gotcha. Or do you expect her to understand what you're doing?
Knowing Hashite, she would try and expect her to understand.
Okay. This will be a persuasion check then.
Okay. I don't think I should trick her. I think that's setting myself up for death later.
What roll are we doing?
4, 5, 6.
This is persuasion. We're trying
18.
to persuade Shell.
Oh.
My persuasion's much better than my animal handling.
She'll let out a huff and sort of trudge. She drags her feet, picks up like big piles of straw in the stable as she slowly makes her way into the paddock. And she's not really picking up the rations as she goes. She just sussed out what you're trying to do. And she's going to stand in there like a moody teenager.
All right. I am going to knowing full well she can't understand me, I will still continue talking. So I'm not gonna let them put junk on you again. But that means when they need you to come inside, you gotta come inside. Okay? Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna pile all of the rations I have left. No, knowing what she'd eat, I'm not gonna be crazy. And leave that in there in a pile. And slowly shut the door, knowing that if she wanted to freaking rage at me and like wreck the door, like giving her full opportunity to do that. Like, okay, we're good. We're good. Okay.
I mean, if she wants out, that door's not going to hold her. But
Right, but that's why I'm making like a show of it. Like,
Yeah, she'll just rush
this is
through it.
here. I'm not forcing you, but thank you.
okay, she'll wait there.
All right. That went well.
She'll watch you leave
Better-ish.
as you walk out.
Thank you. I'm sorry. We'll leave soon. Clearly, she's excited to go. So I will walk out to my friends. Well, guys, that went well. I didn't die or lose a hand.
I'm happy to hear that.
Nice.
She went in there like a good girl, which means I need to bring her something that is deserving of that action. That's what that means. So, if you guys see something that's extravagantly good for her, we'll have to get. Because apparently she takes super well to just like kowtowing. Great. Not something I like to really talk about me doing, but I didn't die, so that's better.
Right.
Yeah. And I made the guards kowtow too, so I wasn't alone.
Just as long as everybody knows who the leader is.
Yeah. But she did go in there very begrudgingly, so I clearly owe her something again.
I mean, you might be able to go to the dock district and get, like, really fresh fish. She might enjoy that.
That's true.
True.
Very true. Gotta get something fancy. Gotta figure out what X speaks like. I don't actually know, if I'm gonna be honest.
You should probably figure that out.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? I haven't had time to just like ask around and be like, hey guys, you know what Axe speaks like? Yeah, totally. Okay, but not like a normal one, like a wild one.
They didn't seem surprised by you having an axe speak. Maybe they kind of know here.
It's true.
It's a
They
possibility.
have the saddle. I wonder if I can take one with. Like, I wouldn't force her into it. That's all her choice. It would be nice to have instead of the horrifying sprint through the forest where I had to hang on for dear life. Hopefully not strangling her while running. So that'd be cool. Not sure how we would carry it, but we do have a horse, so.
Right. And the other guard is able to calm Ghost down enough, and once Shell's already pinned, can take him back into the stable also and get him into another one of the paddocks.
Cool.
He's less complicated. He's just a horse.
A horse with no personality, as
Just
we've been.
a ghost of a personality. Nothing going on there. It might as well be an inanimate object.
But he's but he's still our lovely horse.
He's the equivalent of like
Yeah.
moved like a.
He could be mechanical.
Now,
Same difference.
I want to pull this guard aside and have a chat with him.
Sure. You get a guard that comes back with a bunch of whole chickens in a
Okay.
little bin. The one that comes back, the other guard is taking care of the third guard that got knocked out.
All right, guys. Don't put anything on her. And please give her like regular meat that isn't ground up, questionable meat. She won't tolerate it. Even jerky's better than that. You can look at her face and tell that it's garbage.
Boy, I hope she's worth it. You know, a lot of ag speaks are a lot less trouble than this.
She's worth it to me. I like her a lot. So please take good care of her
Okay.
and be nice. Okay? I tried to talk to her. I don't know if she understood any of it, but
We'll do what we can.
convince her to go in when you ask her to. I don't know. But if you're really nice and she doesn't hate you and you don't die or lose a hand, well, I'll probably pay her more for that. But like, I will pay you, okay? This isn't just like free.
If you don't die, that's so soothing.
No matter what happens, you'll get money, but you're probably
we're being paid out of the palace coffers to put up your animals.
okay. You didn't want extra?
Okay, that's fine by me.
It's I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I could get in trouble, you know.
Oh. Well, I know she's the way she is, so.
Just wanted to disclose that, you know, I didn't. If you're making a gift, that's one thing. If it's a bribe, that's another thing.
Well, I'm not bribing you to do anything.
Of course not. No, you wouldn't be. No,
No.
no.
Kind of more of a tip.
Yeah, you guys are doing a good job. I mean, you have to do it anyway.
Okay, I just wanted to put all the cards on the table in case
All right,
in case
okay.
my boss asks. I told you.
All right, I won't tell anybody. Cool. Then we're square. I'm good.
All right. That did take you a little bit of time to get up into the Palace District and to deal with Shell. It always takes time.
Every time.
So the sun has set and it is dark out now.
Woo woo! Ziella time.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right. So you've got to traverse all the way from the top of the city, down the main road, back down to the very bottom of the city. You got to pass through everything on the way there. Now that it's getting dark, most people are either turning in or closing up shop. So a lot of those busy streets are thinning out. Normally there'd be a certain amount of nightlife going on in the trade district, but because of the war, that's even slowed down considerably. You'll have to get down to the docks, and the first thing you'll see when you get there are all of the little children playing. Kids that you recognize from before as thieves.
I'm gonna announce that I'm highly vigilant and extremely judgmental.
Good to say that out loud.
No, but I'm watching. There's no freaking sneaky business. I'm looking with my eyes this time.
Okay.
Maybe.
Just to back that up, just in case her eyes don't work, I'll also keep my eyes open.
Oh my god.
That's fair.
They're not trying
just-
to sneak and trick you right now. You're expected. Ziella told you to come down to the docks to meet her. So their leader, you might remember his name, he's Little Pete,
Yeah.
come running up to you. And he'll say, I'm supposed to take you to Ziella now.
Hey, little pit, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, fine.
Fine.
Yeah, I guess.
What's up?
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Oh, I'm just kind of hungry, you know.
You hungry?
Yeah, and my friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but it's okay. We're fine.
have you not had any luck around to pickpocketing somebody else?
I know they don't pickpocket people. That's for
Oh yeah,
bad guys.
that is true. That is true. My fault. I mistake.
Oh, good.
What
Just the
about
bad guy.
the how have you practiced with a sword or a bow previously, or not yet?
Um, I thought my dad would teach me, but I don't have a dad.
Oh,
I'm fine though. It's all fine.
are you sure about that?
Can I make an inside check to see how much
I
of
was
the
gonna
story
say.
is made up?
Yeah, feel free.
What's a 24?
Oh
Oh
my
my god!
He probably is an orphan, but he's very well fed, and he's a well-adjusted orphan. So he's not he is fine. He's just trying to milk you guys for some money.
All right, Ravi, is it working?
I mean, as a former actor, I would say his performance is suitable.
Actor.
Hey, you know, little bit. You're cool, buddy.
All
You're cool.
right. Okay. What are we giving him?
I'll give him 2 gold pieces.
Wow.
Did this is for
Holy
you.
shit.
That's for your amazing act, little pit. That
Oh,
was
that's
wonderful.
2 gold pieces could feed me for a long time. Not all my friends though.
I mean, that all depends if you want to share with your friends or not.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
Well, the
Yeah, you
more
don't
I
have to.
share, the more we'll need.
Yeah,
It's
but
okay though.
it's
It's fine.
okay.
He puts the gold in his pocket. You can hear it
Yeah.
clink against a bunch of other gold that's already in his pocket.
All right, not that good of an actor.
You keep doing you, little pit. All right, let's head over to Ziella now.
Hilly G kind of does like a big marchy walk, like he's leading a company of soldiers. The other kids are like tagging along with him and they're like climbing up on boxes and stuff and jumping off. Sometimes they say, "Look at me," and then
Parkour.
like jump up and touch their feet before they hit the ground or do little things like that.
Nice.
They'll eventually take you to the door of a tavern. It doesn't have a name on it, but there's a little signpost coming out of it that has an anchor hanging from it. And they'll say, just knock, she's in there. And then he and the other kids will run away.
Thanks. Bye, Pete.
Bye, Pete. See you around.
I'll give a couple of knocks on the door.
Okay. You knock a few times. It's a big, heavy door, so it really resounds on the inside. You hear some thumping coming from inside, big footsteps. And the door opens, and the whole door frame is filled by Bumper, who you might be surprised to see because the last time you saw him, he was made
He
of
was
stone.
petrified. Bumper!
Oh, hi, how are you guys doing?
We're doing good, man. How about you? Long time no see. How you feeling?
It's not been that long time.
Uh,
Just
uh,
maybe a week or so.
yeah,
A
you're right.
week.
Yeah, you're right. And I turned around like, remember he was petrified. He doesn't remember anything.
Tell him a week.
Just go with it.
You're looking pretty good there, though. I'm happy to see that you're feeling better.
I feel okay. I got a little stiff, but I'm feeling okay now. So you guys got the monster, right?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yes, we did.
It was all Ziella.
Really? Sudsy told me that it was you. I thought you could walk.
I can, but I'm just resting right now. I had some minor
I
problems.
can help you out. You extend a
Okay,
hand for you.
cool. I'll just extend my hand and grab him.
He, boom, slams you back up out of the chair,
Mm.
up onto your
Oh,
feet, and then you collapse on the floor.
oh, God. Um, ouch. That hurt.
Oh, sorry. You're supposed to stand then.
Uh, I thought you were going to carry me and like a piggyback, but
Um.
can,
Okay. And then he'll
Bumper,
pick you
you
up.
can't stand.
He's gonna
You can-
cradle you like this.
uh,
Knees
thank you,
on one
Bumper.
side and shoulders on the other side.
Yeah,
Oh, you look like a princess.
turn around and start like blinking. Do I?
You're handsome Prince Charming.
I'm gonna show you Sudsy. And then he'll take Arvistan and run into the bar.
Oh, careful! My whole body still hurts. Careful!
As you head inside, the bar is relatively empty. There's nobody tending bar right now. You don't see Ziella in here. Well, as you look around at some of the people present, you will see Sudsy and Splits, the two other compatriots of Bumper, who you left long ago when you first left Corenia, are sitting at a table off in the corner. Bumper runs over to them with Arvistan. They look different. They've got a few extra scars that they didn't have before, and Sudsy's missing an eye. He's wearing a big patch on his face now. They have sitting with them the one kobold that you spared. His name was Lurk. He sat there. He's dressed a little bit differently. It looks like he's joined up with their crew. And he's sharing a little drink with them. He's a lot smaller than most other people, so the drink looks really big in his hands, and he's just kind of slowly nursing it. The only other person that you see in the bar right now, as they're back to you, it's the orc woman Jade, the actress that you met in Anders. She has several empty flagons next to her as she's leaning up on the bar over top of another one. She takes it all down in one big drink. Sudsy, I found the man. What's your name?
Arvisan.
Look. And he'll like try to like lean you over so that you can look at Sudsy. Little
Like a
halfling
freaking
guy is
ragdoll.
sitting at a table, so he's like
What's
trying
up,
to show you
Sudsy?
off, like show and tell.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Looks like you got it worse than me.
Uh, yeah, like probably like 1,000 times worse than you, buddy.
I don't know about 1,000.
He's always full of himself.
Weird brag.
Right? My life sucks more.
But what happened to you?
Well, it wasn't too long after you guys left. I took Splits and Lurk here. We head out on a little journey of our own. Went over to Mount Stone Eye looking for another crocodris.
Oh, okay. And you got your scars from there?
Yeah, that's
I
where
think
it
that you
happened.
found it.
We got a cure for old Bumper. We got back here about a week ago.
Damn. What did you face that got you all messed up like that? Besides the crocodile.
Well, Splits there. He got himself scratched up by a basilisk. And I lost an eye to a cataplepus.
Can you repeat that again? A what?
Well, Split's there. He got all scratched up by a basilisk.
Okay.
And I lost an eye to cataplepus.
A cataplepus. Can you
Cataplepus, yeah, that's right.
can you explain a little bit to me what a cataplepus is? I've never heard or seen anything like that.
Picture yourself a cow or a buffalo,
Okay.
but real mean and stinky. Kind of
Oh,
like that.
oh, okay. And you had a rough one with him, huh?
Well, he took my eye out, almost turned me to stone, just like Bumper. But we made it.
That's the important part.
Did you run into any of these, like, invaders when you were out there? So close to in the mountains there?
We were closer to the lizard folk there, and we stand Jabal, and I don't think they were messing with them.
That's interesting.
Didn't hear about it till we got back here.
Well, I'm glad you're alive.
Yeah, me too.
We're supposed to be meeting Ziella here. Do you know where she's at?
She should be in the back room. I think she's waiting for yous.
I will look at the rest of the group and kind of like a, do you want to... Uh-oh, somebody's dead.
I think Dimitri's laptop's dying.
All right.
Yes. That
Your
would.
girlfriend snitched on you.
What?
Your girlfriend snitched on you.
Stupid? Oh, totally. My brain legit said, "You plugged that in already. It's chill," and then it died.
Yay.
So I will look at the group and kind of like a, do you want to head back sort of way? Do you want to ask more questions to these guys?
We can continue. Let's go to Seattle and see what's the whole deal that we have to deal with.
Should check in with Jade before we leave, though.
What do you want to say to her?
Hey, beautiful, save some for the fish.
She's halfway through a drink. She slams it down. Big froth of foam comes flying out. And she turns and looks at you, Ajite. You're real funny, you know.
Oh, come on. You look sad.
What tipped you off? Was it because I'm all drunk? Or was it because my ex is getting married?
Ah. I see. That sucks. You should drink more.
Oh, if I do.
What?
She'll get back to it.
Alright. I didn't understand any of that one. Well, you want to talk to Jade, Griff? She's bit sorted out.
Y'all go over really awkwardly and be like, hey.
Hey there, how you doing?
Been better, but I think we all have. It looks like.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
Did-
Hey, I was. You remember that time? This is a little while ago when I asked you to go talk to my boyfriend and tell him that we could run away together, so he didn't have to get married to that girl he didn't know. And we did, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a really cool adventure. He
Ooh, I bet it's a lot of fun for you.
he ruined it though, didn't he? I'm glad. I'm glad. I know it sucks, but I'm glad you guys didn't get married. Then you would have just found out he was a punk later.
But if we had gotten married, maybe he wasn't a punk then.
Mm. He's too much of a punk to get married, so
Is he? Because he's getting married now.
because someone told him to.
I told him to. He didn't do it then.
You politely asked like a respectful adult after we broke into his house and tried to kidnap him, but yes.
He's just being a baby who needs his mom to tell him to do stuff.
Oh, he's not my baby anymore.
Oh no, he's still a baby. He's just an engaged baby.
Man, baby.
We saw them. They had to practice getting married. Can you imagine? Couldn't even just get married.
I was imagining for a long time.
Guys, I'm not good at this.
This is fun. Keep going.
You want me to go and take him some diapers for you?
Crash the wedding.
I'm not drunk enough to know what you're talking about.
We should. We should crash the wedding.
I'll go to the wedding. I'll
Why
go.
don't you say I am?
I know the groom. Yeah, I'm friendly to the groom.
You can't be
You're
drunk
gonna-
like this, though.
You gotta be really drunk like this and say, I
No.
object.
We don't
And-
want you going in all belligerent.
And throw up on the other girl's wedding dress. And ruin it.
Have you seen the dress?
I actually have not seen the dress yet.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Is it?
She's a beautiful girl. Maybe more beautiful than me.
Nah.
Yes. That's why
do
you
you
marry her. You just never married me.
Let's do something. Let's go in there and steal the dress, and so you can wear it.
He's won't fit me.
I do not recommend breaking into that house to try to steal that dress. It will end in your death.
That's pretty excessive for a dress.
Does it fit anyway? It's just tiny.
I don't disagree. I'm just telling you what the consequences will be
Right?
if you're caught.
She's so tiny. That's really lame.
It's just like she's like
Not
a
tiny.
tiny, little person.
Ugh.
Okay.
Big and strong is much better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why does he
he's
ever-
got no idea.
Why doesn't
Yep.
everybody say that?
Yeah.
They should. So,
Mhm.
what are you doing here? You guys going to the wedding?
No, we're here to talk to Ziella, actually.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
My troop was in the city a little bit ago. But they left. But
Without you?
I didn't left. Because I got sad. So I come here, I have a drink. And I'm still here.
How long ago was that?
How many drinks have you had now?
This is another mathematician. I know a wizard. I know your numbers. Okay.
Hey, as long as you keep it up, I guess you're good, right?
I'll either die or feel better.
Hey, you'll feel better after a couple of them. A couple more.
You're right.
He
Those are the
probably,
options.
he's probably right. He's a smart guy.
You
I
shouldn't listen to him.
I
He
have my
died.
moment. I have my moment.
Do you?
He died. I know. He's way less handsome than he used to be. That's what happens when you screw up and die.
Am I less handsome, Jade?
Which one are you?
I'm both.
All three.
How many do you see? You see two of them or three?
I told you I do numbers.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. True. True.
Let's just
I'm
assume
all
the
of them.
middle one.
I'm all of them.
Well, I can say this much. I'm not gonna marry you.
True. Okay. Okay. But
That means you're ugly.
You're smart too.
Thanks.
You're so smart.
So are you. I like spending time here.
Yeah.
Should we go and talk to Ziella? We can come back and talk later. I don't think she's going anywhere.
yep. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Well, I got some food, okay? We'll be back.
Okay. Ziella is in a back room of the tavern. She's got herself a little table set up. She's got a chair that she sat in behind it. There are no chairs for anyone else. You'll all have to stand, unfortunately. Bumper's carrying Arvistan, so he's going to be present for this little meeting. She'll say, "Oh, there you are. Boy, it took you long enough."
Well, we weren't sure at what specific time we had to be here, so we took it as night or late as possible.
Well, fair enough. I guess I didn't specify. Um, so, Ravi, is what you said true about the bug?
Yeah.
Do you think it's coming here?
To be content with the sand as its domain, but whether it wants to expand its territory, I don't know.
And we have to do something. So,
What do we even talk to them about? They're not going to believe us, but everybody's dead. Like, we can't even go back.
How do you prove the lack of something?
well, we don't necessarily need to prove that they're coming. We just need to divert things a different way. You heard about the war going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's,
who are they?
The Internum? It's a different country. People live underground. Mostly they've been keeping to themselves for a long time, but for some reason they came back out. And Talon, he's not going to tell you the whole story. He's trying to play it close to the chest. He doesn't want people to get nervous, but the kind of stuff that they're coming with, we can't beat them.
Did they say any motive?
Haven't had much conversation with them. Baylor's Post, the place that they took, they didn't lose a single person.
Have you been able to catch any of them and keep them prisoner to interrogate them?
They didn't lose anybody, Arvistan. Try to keep up, all right?
I know, but okay, never mind.
Have you guys been in contact with that whole refugee camp of everyone else who's been displaced?
Haven't heard anything from them. You're talking about the mountain folk?
Yeah, they had somewhat militia set up and everything already.
And if the reports that I'm hearing are true, even with their help, we wouldn't be able to hold them off. So, what I'm thinking we should do is convince the council that we're going to need more reinforcements. We've still got allies on the other side of the ocean. Have any of you ever been to Mochipa? It's a country right on the other side of the sea. We had a war with them a few hundred years ago, but it's been all copacetic since then. Anybody do magic, right? Magic? You probably got some of those magite stones, little pieces.
Yeah.
That's where they come from. Mochipa's where that stuff gets mined out. Now, they bring it over here to get it refined and get made into the stuff that you use for casting them spells and everything. So, we got a good relationship with them. Mochipa's got a standing army. Real tough guys. Great bunch. If we could get them over here to help us, they might be able to save us from this army that's invaded and maybe even whatever this bug is that you're talking about.
Where exactly do you get it refined in town?
Most of it we send out to Mustan Jabal, the lizard folk. They got the best knowledge of how to deal with all this. But their international relations is kind of so-so. So we're kind of a middleman in that respect. So all we got to do is convince the council that there's enough of a threat that we should get help from another nation. If we can send out an envoy to tell the people in Mochipa that we need reinforcements over here.
How are we supposed to get them to trust us, though?
Well, here's the trick. 5 of them, and you only need a majority vote. You got mine, so that's 1 down. We don't need to get all of them to trust you. We don't even really need to get all of them to believe you. We just need to get 2 more to vote with you.
Well, do you have a leg up on what they're interested in?
I could give you the rundown on each one. Got dossiers on every one.
Perfect.
Who do you want to hear about?
Oh, shit. Move, Shadow. I need the names. Hey, Robbie, do you remember the names?
Nope. I am
I'm
not.
just gonna need to hear about all of them.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like you're going to need a little more help than I thought.
We don't know anything.
Okay, first off, council member from the Trades District, Steinbert Zander. Write that down. He's a big merchant guy. He runs the whole trade district for profit. Everything that he votes on is for making him money and for making the other merchants money. If there's some way that we convince him that this is a lucrative financial investment, then we can get his vote. He's not hard to convince. But if we go too far into saying that this is all about making money, we'll lose Talon's vote. So you got to keep that in mind. Next up, we got the Temple District. That's Peakrid Precinct. Ravi, you might have run into her a couple times. Squirrely little lady. It's pretty easy to motivate her through fear. If you can get her afraid, you can twist her around your finger. Get her to believe that whatever this threat is more dangerous than Talon's making her believe it is. She might be willing to vote with you. But you also got to be careful. Because if you make her panic, she's going to throw it all out with the bathwater. She might just give up her position altogether. So,
Do I know what religion she hails from?
she's not very religious. The dominant one in the Temple District would be the Church of Freyr, but she spends most of her time working in government business anymore.
Okay.
So she's familiar with leaders of all the different temples in the area, so she knows Father Gregor. She has kind of knows you, but you're still, lower on the totem pole than he is. So she's got a connection with all of them, but she's really just trying to keep stuff on the ground. And she's got a lot going up in the air right now because of all these refugees pouring into the Temple District.
All right.
Okay.
You got to make sure that if you're going to scare her, you convince her that what we're trying to get for her is going to save everybody, right? So she's got to get scared that if we do nothing, everybody's going to die. But she's got to have hope that if we do something, that we can fix everything. Next, the Upper District. That's head up by Renfeld Clayfoy. She's a bitch. Real stuck-up kind of lady. Only way you're getting a vote from her is stroking her ego a little bit. Appeal to her vanity and try to convince her that she's going to get some kind of status out of this. Right now, being a council member from the Upper District doesn't buy you a lot with the other rich folks around there. So she's going to need something to help bump her up on the social ladder. It's the most likely way you're going to get her to vote with you. And last is probably the toughest one. That's Talon Lentoko. He's the head of the council and the member from the Palace District. The only way you're going to convince him is with logic and cold hard facts. If you want him to vote with you, you got to give him an actual reason to. So, whatever you're going to do, by noon tomorrow, get a plan together for your report to try to convince at least two of them.
All right. Do you have any suggestions on which two we should focus on? I'm assuming probably the Temple District.
I think Temple and Trades are the two easiest ones.
Temple and Trades would be a good match.
Are
But
three
you
gonna
got to be careful there. That does get you 3 votes, but it gets you the 3 votes from the 3 weakest districts.
Sure.
It's tough to get the money behind you at that point. But it would be enough.
I mean, realistically, how much money do you think we would need? Like, this feels if we're going to travel to another country behind enemy lines to, I don't know, I'm assuming that there's some sort of body of water between us?
We'll need a ship, yeah. And then if we do get those reinforcements, we might need to bolster them with mercenaries. We might need something to help make a deal with the leaders over in Machipa, because that's them sending soldiers over here for a war that they're not a part of right now.
And we still have to talk about what we saw, quote unquote. We're gonna just completely ignore that? They're gonna go for that?
If you can convince them it's real, that'll help you a lot. Might even get Talon's vote. And that's the big one. But what we did today, what I saw when you guys came in, I mean, I believe you. I know you're on the up and up, but it's not going to fly with them.
We're not politicians.
You're not.
I think the way we should play it, I might go around to the other churches, see if I can collect the the heads of those churches as a show of support behind me. See if that helps with is it Picard or Picard?
Picrid.
With Picard's vote, I think if I get the heads of all the churches to kind of say, hey, we feel that this is real and this is a serious threat. Hopefully, if I can put some numbers together, get how long they think they can hold out food and rations wise, and that if we don't do something about the army at our doorstep, we're in serious trouble with people starving to death. But if we can get the help, then everyone can hopefully go back home.
I could see that working. We might be able to get Picrid with that. Maybe even make some headway with Talon. But, Renfeld's not going to care about that. And if we're losing money and not making it, we're not going to get Steinbert either.
I mean, that's fine, but, right, I mean, from a trade perspective, right now we can't, I don't imagine we're doing much trade, are we?
Kind of halted. Tarsaria was our main trade partner, and they ain't anymore.
Well, then we would have to lean on that. If they're not, even if we can't prove that New Sanctum is a wreck, they're clearly not trading right now. It's clearly causing an issue. Maybe we need to look for other sources to trade with, make better relations with these other places.
It works for me, but I think it might work with them. He's pretty shrewd, but he's kind of gullible too.
Does Talon think that you all should be heading to New Sanctum in order to retrieve metal? What is his plan?
Talon's more focused on the war from the south. Internum's invading. We need arms and armor. We need iron to make them all.
Is Tarsaria the only place that we would be able to procure metal and iron?
In the kind of quantities we're talking about, yeah, that'd be the main place. They might have iron reserves down in Internum, but that's who's invading.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we could play the bringing in a new ally angle with him, saying that any additional forces are worth their weight in gold?
At the very least, it's bodies.
To do that, we got to get him to admit that we're not going to be able to win the war on our own.
How long would the travel to Mochipa normally take?
By ship?
Yeah.
It's on another continent. So, could take a couple weeks to get over there.
You think you guys are going to be able to last that long if we travel over there to get allies and bring them over?
We could probably hold the city for that long, but that's why we're pulling everybody out of the country right now. Right now, all the forces are going to Anders, but I don't think that they'll hold it long enough. As long as they keep them stalled there for a few days, maybe, till we pull out of there and back into the city itself, I think we could buy enough time.
So now that we're talking, do you have any communication with them to, like, warn them, or let them know the information of us needing them to help over here?
We could send a message out that might be able to travel faster than a ship, but I think they're going to need some convincing over there. And I only got one group of diplomats still hanging around.
Us?
Yep. You got the sanction still, right? Piece of paper?
Yeah. They don't like us very much.
Well, none of you been to Mochipa yet. Maybe they'll feel different about everybody.
I'm at the council.
What can we take over there to to try to convince them, since you've like already talked to them and stuff like that? What do you think we can manage to take with us, or show them that we need their help and it's not like maybe a trap or something?
Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told you when I sent you out the first time. You're a multicultural, multinational group. We've got representatives here from all over the continent. That's enough of a joint force to convince anybody that there's a problem big enough to challenge everybody.
And I think we can worry about talking to Mochipa after we convince the council to let us go, so to speak. Try to
Yeah.
tackle this one problem at a time.
Would it
Okay.
help with the council if we had like testimony from other people? These other people who've been displaced, of maybe if they saw some of the fighting, or is there enough of that from the soldiers?
What sort of people are you talking about?
I mean, from the looks of it, the temple district's filled with them.
What, farmers and all?
People who don't live in the city, who now live in the city.
We called most of them back ourselves. Some of them are coming back with weird stories about monsters out in their fields, but those are kind of outliers. We've heard a lot of that already.
Do you guys
like
recognize?
what?
One at a time, please.
How's it I can go? We're asking pretty much the same thing.
Monsters like what?
Like walking corpses, that type of thing.
Great.
Yeah, we can confirm that there are various
It's
pockets
true.
of undead.
Yep.
Mm.
We stumble across them several times.
Well, when it rains, it pours, huh? Okay, 3 problems.
There are skeletons wandering around the forest.
Yep.
Anything else we should know about?
Uh,
There's some kind of poison going around, maybe?
I-
Our son needs a week to get back to some semblance of life.
Yep.
a
I
week.
died
What's the
and
matter
came back
you?
to life.
Died?
And came back to life. Yep.
Came back to life. Died, I believe. Came back to life is the tougher one.
Yes. My friends here rest me. I died because I pissed off a god, not knowing that it was a god because I'm dumb.
Oh, crap, you got the gods mad at you too?
That's him.
Me personally, yes. The other people, no. Everybody
I was
else is
gonna say-
safe.
Did the god say anything when it left?
I don't remember. All I heard was kachoon, and then you guys were arresting me. That's all.
Yeah. Here's the cool, fun thing.
Cool and fun.
I don't remember the exact thing, and I took my notes out because of Crib's bad memory. But that sounds probably important enough that Crib probably.
The only out of character, the only thing that I can remember about it is that he was testing you for a tournament or something.
Yeah,
You're gonna be his representative in the League of Champions. I don't know.
Something like that.
You will fight in my tournament of champions.
Yeah, there you go.
Sick, I was close.
You remembered better than I.
Like I said, out of character. I don't remember that.
All right.
I was there, so.
Little piece of advice from me. First of all, there's 2 pieces of advice. First piece, tell me all of these things before I start trying to tell you what to do with your life. All right? I'd really like to know all the enemies that we're facing, because as far as I knew before you got here, there was one nation invading us. Now I hear about a whole different nation of weird bug people. There's
Not just
undead
bug
people
people.
walking around. You've got gods mad at you. This would all be information that would be pertinent for me to know. And the second,
Yeah.
might sound like this flies in the face of the first thing that I just said, but don't say any of this to the council, all right? Keep it to Internum and the bugs. Don't be talking to them about skeletons walking around, and for sure don't tell them that there's a god mad at you.
Full disclosure, I'm also very much not welcomed on the refugee camp in my entire
Oh yeah.
Just a full disclosure.
A borderline
Yeah,
criminal, I would
something
say, yeah.
about
War criminal currently.
Yeah.
Criff family being war criminals, and even though they weren't there, they still got into it for no reason whatsoever.
Also the bug is a
Yeah.
giant amalgamation of every person that existed in New Sanctum that kind of like controls all of the other bugs, and it did speak to us in our head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just sucks up every single person that it touches, or any living thing.
And we don't think they're alive. I've tried to reach out and nobody can speak back.
On the bright side, the god did save us from the bug. Kind of.
Except for me, because
Except
I
for
pissed
him.
it off.
That's
Because I
on you,
pissed it
bud.
off. I deserved it.
Yeah, that's on you, bud.
And the bug is not a god, right?
I don't know that for sure. Yeah.
We have no idea.
I mean, if you were to ask it if it was a god, it might say yes. I do not believe it is a god in the way that we normally think of them, but it is probably as strong as one.
Let's. I'm gonna dial
A
it
lot of
back
those
here.
bugs
Just-
have like armor too.
Let's take a few steps backward because my head is swimming right now. Let's focus on the task at hand, all right? You got a report tomorrow at noon. Let's try to get our votes so that we could get you guys sent over to Mochipa to get some reinforcements. We definitely know we need those, right?
Yep.
I agree.
All right. So
Hopefully there's nothing going on in Mochipa.
get yourselves a plan together. I can see you in the council chambers tomorrow at noon. All right? Anything else you need from me?
Probably send something ahead that like a group of people are going to go over there, possibly going to go over there to talk with them, just so they are aware of us.
I can send it once we get approval.
Yeah.
If we get approval
perfect.
tomorrow, they're still going to have to find a ship for you and get everything outfitted. That could take a little bit of time too. And then whatever message we send will definitely get there ahead of you anyways.
All right, perfect.
Drinking's a good idea. I think I'll join you. She's going to stand up and walk over to the bar. Jade's asleep at this point. On the bar, she's still sat up on a stool and she's draped over the side of the bar. You can see a long pile of drool pooling up in front of her fangs and coming out of her mouth.
I tell Bumper, hey Bumper, can you take me next to Ziella for a second, please?
Yes. Ziella, I'm coming. Come here.
Come here.
This is gonna whisper?
No, not a whisper.
Okay.
Just trying to say something, and I turn around like, can I have one of those? I need a drink as well.
Wow.
Should I give it to you?
No, I can grab
All
it.
right, come
Thank
here.
you, Bumper.
I'll shift you
Oh,
over
shit.
into one arm
Oh,
so it
God.
kind
You
of
know, hold it.
stinks up a little bit.
Hold you like a baby.
baby.
Okay, open up.
Oh no. Wow. This
Okay.
guy's got a drinking problem.
And a chaser. Here you go. Come on.
Oh God! Okay. I think I'm good.
All right.
You asked for it. He gave you what you wanted.
Does anybody else need a drink?
I'll take a drink. The strongest thing you have.
Yeah, Bumper, she needs a drink.
You'll get a clear liquid.
Sick. She's gonna just like drink real quick.
Okay, that's gonna burn. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Can we not all get drunk when we need to have a serious game plan?
It's okay.
I gotta sleep for a whole week, so.
Yeah, but we also need to like save this continent, bud.
Hey, I am immune to poison.
uh,
Constitution?
And that's a
Yeah.
natural one.
It's not a natural one, actually. Fuck. You get it? Let's see.
We're about to find out.
I'm drinking. In real life. Constitution. +2. 21.
Okay.
Damn.
You're fine. Luckily, you are, because this is the strongest alcohol in the joint, as you asked for. And it's a homebrewed grain alcohol that could potentially have blinded you.
Wow. That was.
Jesus!
Not immune to blindness.
It's true, I'm not. Ooh, that would have been fun. I'm looking over here.
Blind you forever or just temporarily?
Ask anyone who's been blinded by alcohol. Some of that poorly brewed grain alcohol can get you.
Unless dead.
Okay.
It's okay, it went well.
Hey, you're fine.
Good. Could have just as easily gone poorly.
All right. What would you like to do now?
Go to sleep. And before going to sleep, talk about what the hell we're going to say tomorrow.
Oh, good idea. Good plan.
Yeah.
And sleep, yeah.
I think the plan should be we attack it from
Dawn.
mostly a financial and ethical angle, and hope that we can use the logic of those two to leverage talent as well.
Well, so we're not doing like fear mongering.
I mean, there will be a little bit of fear mongering, but I think we can pitch that in an ethical way.
We just gotta remember what she said about not pushing it too far.
It's true. But we have a little bit of leverage because these are all spellcasters, and we are quite a few spellcasters that at the very least would sort of know what we're doing, and it would be extremely helpful to get the people who mine magic enhancing equipment and potentially other pretty strong.
Huh.
If any of that works.
Feel like we should also have a game plan for priority of who is speaking.
I'm not talking at all.
I was gonna say,
Why not?
I think you two are pretty good. I feel significantly not charismatic.
You feel that?
Not to say we're not here to we're not any of us are gonna take the day off, but it might be more effective if certain members talked over others.
All right.
My charisma is -2. I don't think I should say something.
Who is good at persuasion?
I have a 0.
I'm at a
So
+4.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
okay
a
at it.
-2 persuasion.
Okay, I have a 7.
Yeah, see?
All right, Robbie and Hashote.
I'll be there.
How's your performance, Robbie?
Not as good. I am not a great performer. I know you saw my acting and were thoroughly impressed.
I was.
But it's a +1.
Okay, what about? Hold on.
I can try to keep
plan.
an eye on people to see if they're maybe if I can tell if they're leaning towards us now or if they're still.
Yeah,
My perception is garbage.
That's how I'm going to contribute because mine is not garbage.
Same. I got a +5 as well.
I do have Zone of Truth. Does anybody else have like high intimidation?
Not high, no.
Not from a not
Well,
from
that's
a
the point.
wheelchair
We don't
person.
want someone who's that high. We don't want that high.
Not from Not from a wheelchair perspective.
want mediocre
Mine is a
intimidation.
+2, so I'm okay at it.
Big ol' 0. Goose egg.
What you got,
Um,
Arveston?
Intimidation -2.
Yeah, it's the
Oh
same.
shit!
It's still a
It's my
charisma thing.
charisma modifier. My charisma
Yeah,
modifier is
yeah, but
-2,
I'm
so
still at a +4 for that, so I don't think I should be the one to do that one.
I mean, none of us are good at it.
You just have to not
Don't
do a
scare too much.
sound of intimidation. You control what comes out of your mouth, Hajite.
I guess,
yeah.
sort of.
Just put effort into looking extra intimidating.
Yeah,
Just sound intimidating if that's what you're going for.
that went so well last time.
Hey, bud, we gotta try.
Somehow.
Last
Keep
time
in
didn't
mind,
go well.
y'all might have forgotten this, but
Yep.
Hajite got a gift a long time ago from a makeup artist named Intoxica. A set of magical makeup.
I forgot. I
Yeah.
forgot I had magic makeup.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna put on magic makeup.
And what
I
does
don't know
that
exactly
do?
what it does other than be pretty.
Gives you advantage on
Extra.
charisma checks for an hour.
Oh,
An
there you go.
hour. Sick.
We're only talking about, like, getting back up for fighting the people from Eternum, right? We're not really diving too deep into the new Sanctum thing, or...
I think the zone of truth should be put down so we can let them know that from at least our perspective, we're telling the truth.
And we're casting that on ourselves then.
Correct.
Zone. I was just gonna point out that they did take the notebook I had from the prince's room.
True.
If they know that we're not lying, that we found it in the prince's room, that's maybe a little slightly convincing that they're not there, because they probably wouldn't just let us waltz in and steal from the prince.
I would agree.
Just throwing
That's
that out
true.
there that they did take that from me, so that's a element of this.
So
Well-
either it could be really helpful or they could just tell you it doesn't exist.
That would suck.
I mean, I don't know about you, but Talon just kind of, he seems known for gaslighting. The vibe I get.
My note on his personality was dismissive jerk.
That's fair. That's accurate.
I'm just trying to assess all of our potential tools here before we head in.
Advantage on all perception. Damn.
Persuasion.
Yeah, still.
Oh, charisma. So that's persuasion, intimidation,
Yeah, uh-huh.
performance.
All the things.
Is that like a
That's awesome.
X amount
That's
of
really fucking
uses
awesome.
thing?
Hmm?
Is that like an X amount of uses thing?
It takes a length of time. I think it takes like an hour to apply, even, and then you only have it for an hour. But
I
you
can't
can
just
go-
clown makeup myself.
Yeah, it's not something you can use like, on the fly. You've got to plan it out beforehand.
You gotta wake up early, how to do?
Damn it. It's okay, I'm not nocturnal.
You don't have to wake up that early. Meeting's at noon, so.
I was gonna say, 10:30.
I mean, I'll be up early to try to start talking to the other leaders of the temples.
All right, you guys got any? Actually, hold on.
We gotta go and take a little bunny pig to Father Gregor because he's been with us all this time.
Yeah, we're going there anyway.
He's fine. He's playing with kids outside.
Okay, cool.
Let's see.
He doesn't have any money for them to steal, so they're genuinely playing.
Nah, I hope he learns a trick or two on how to pickpocket.
He doesn't have hands. It'd be hard for him.
I could make them blind and deaf, but that doesn't sound helpful.
Huh?
Nope.
No.
talk to
Uh,
thoughts. Is that helpful?
I could use detect thoughts.
That'd be
No, like
well, they see you. They do know, like, you have to do something verbally.
I'm just gonna put it this way: if they detect that you're casting any kind of spells without them knowing,
Well-
they're gonna take it as a threat, and
Well, we're
that's gonna
already
go
doing zone of
poorly
truth.
for us.
Well, detect thoughts is a little more aggressive in theory, though. But you do have to do something like they could see you talking. That would be the risk of that one, even if you do the shallow one. Like just like skimming thoughts off the top, pretty much. Like they won't feel that, but they can see you casting the spell.
Yeah.
Right. Well, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I just got bitten in the elbow.
That's
Baby,
unfortunate.
It was pointy. Let's see.
maybe our sand and eyes will be helpful enough, and we won't have
Yeah.
to push our luck with that.
I could curse them.
Just there you go, like well, it's not blackmail.
Just blackmail.
Supposed to be.
Blackmail them. Hey, you gotta
We'll
curse
fix
on
you.
yourself.
A lot
We'll
of
fix you
options.
if you agree.
What does clairvoyance do?
Let's see.
Isn't it like like a prediction or see what's gonna happen in the future?
Well, I would assume.
I can call forth the elemental. Is that helpful? I got nothing for you guys.
Uh,
To talk to people.
Clairvoyance lets you make a sensor that you can see or hear through.
So not wait. Wait. That might be helpful, you guys.
Oh boy.
If we put something in the room in the morning, like early,
What?
we could listen to what they're talking about before the meeting.
So long as they don't catch it, I think it's a good idea.
Well, it would have to be a sparkly thing.
In that vein of thinking, though, not sure how comfortable I am with it, but I could literally be a fly on the wall.
Oh god.
That is true.
At least a spider. We've done that.
I was gonna
several
say,
times.
flying.
Fly, but spiders are also tiny and stick to walls.
It's true.
The walls are important. I could shrink someone.
Well, that would be better than clairvoyance, which uses 100 gold every time. Which is fun.
I know we're rich, but not that rich.
Actually, scratch that. We are that rich. But second of all, the fly might be better.
And you just need to remember that this is a sensitive situation. That's still a risk of I could get caught. They might. I mean, there's the. Who knows what's gonna
yeah.
happen? I don't know what's gonna happen.
Uh-oh.
Okay. But with the fly, it would be right before our meeting, and I don't know if you'd be able to tell us all the information.
Yeah, that's part of the risk is that I'd have to pop in there and then immediately find you guys and find somewhere to turn back into a dragonborn without being seen.
Right.
While you guys are probably being escorted, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could play it off. Like, if you sneak in there, say 8, 9 o'clock, if you can do it for 3 hours or so, you sit in there as they're talking, and if they ask where you are, we'll say that you'll be joining us shortly. You crawl out and into a bathroom or just an empty room or outside, and you reform and you come into the building.
That's true. I think. Yeah, I would only be able to use clairvoyance for 10 minutes, so unsure how helpful that would be. However, we would be getting information early in the morning rather than right before. I don't know. I don't know. They implied that they might have other meetings, but then what's his face was like, yeah, that's too early. Blah. Ah, yes, the rich lady. That one.
Too early for her because she has to put on her makeup.
So they probably aren't having other meetings early in the morning, under the assumption that ours would be the first one, because they were like, "Oh no, I can't do that. It's too early," like that. So I
Yeah,
think ours might be the first meeting.
I mean, it probably is. And the only thing that concerns me, it's possible that half the team doesn't walk up until 5 minutes before, and we don't really gain anything from it. But
Yeah,
if Talon shows up early and anyone else does, if there's just two people, it's probably then worthwhile.
that's
If
true. They might just chit chat.
if they're not, let's say, conspiring before we're there, then it's not necessarily bad to miss that because it's not like he's like, hey, like he's not talking to them here before we are. You know, if he's not trying to skew their thoughts on it, or if no one is, then that's not bad.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, Talon doesn't seem to be. I mean, if he's a matter of fact, no nonsense kind of guy, he's probably not sneaking around trying to convince other people of things if he could be persuaded in that way.
People probably can't see through wild shape, right? Other than the fact that I'm shiny, which doesn't help.
That's
Shiny
for
spider.
us. If you become bronze, that's for us. That's fun for us to worry
Yeah.
about. As far as anyone else is concerned, you are a spider.
Yeah.
There are shiny bugs.
I just gotta be paranoid because I feel like the repercussions of being caught doing sneaky stuff could be quite big right now.
Oh yeah, horrible.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's yeah,
Stinky.
high treason. I suppose you'd call that.
Yeah, then you'd be a war
Yeah,
criminal in
that'll
two
be
nations.
crazy.
Collect them all like Pokemon cards.
Just
You
go.
hit your sanctum. You fail already.
I mean, if you would rather just have us go with, go with the plan and just try to outwit and logic them, I'm not opposed to that. If you're worried about getting caught, and would not surprise me if you were worried about getting caught.
Well, the trick is the best plan we had involved me coming in late, which means I couldn't tell you guys any information anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's about all the things I think would even be helpful. Yeah, probably just clairvoyance.
We should have asked. I don't know if we're still at the bar. If there's like they go and discuss without us, period, and come back and say, hey, good idea, or if they just talk in front of us. Don't know about that. Because we could just defer that fly or spider plan to like if they're deliberating after we make our peace.
Can keep it in your pocket, right?
Yeah,
Got that spider ready.
we'll just be a spider at some
You-
point.
Keep the spider in the pocket. Pocket the spider.
I think the only thing that's already given away in that sense is I believe Ziella already knows that you're a druid. And can transform into animals. Now Ziella's on your side, so that's not gonna lose you anything.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
that is true.
She might even be able to cover for you if things go a little sideways.
If she's over here somewhat conspiring with us, I don't think she'd be too upsetty.
Unless she didn't think it was you.
She just hates spiders.
Yeah. Or is sus, like, who's listening on our meeting?
We'll do our usual and wing it. What about the rest of the more important stuff?
This sounds hard.
We should maybe make some, like, just a few main points to hit.
Flashcards.
We don't need a whole prepared speech, but, like, what are our persuasive points? You said you wanted to persuade what with like moral direction and then financial? I don't like Dave's face when I said that.
Yeah,
He's
he's
very
like,
interested in who you're gonna go
for.
You only
Well-
need two, and so far, what Robbie suggested earlier was going for Pikrid Precinct, who is the council member from the Temple District, who Ziella told you is influenced by fear that you have to mix with hope, and Steinbert Zander, who runs the Trades District, who is all about that money.
All about that money.
I don't know that we have any chance with what Talon, because he didn't seem to super believe us, and we can't sway him with the facts if he doesn't believe that they're facts.
Well, the facts that you
anybody
were
have-
giving him before were about the bug and about New Sanctum. If you had
Does
other
anybody-
facts,
Have
they-
like
They know more about the invasion than we do.
Does anybody have something with like acid on it?
okay, wow, very different
Acid?
move we're going for here. Not sure where that's leading, but
Yeah,
I'd love to hear it.
it. That's interesting.
Something damaged by acid? What about something covered in goo? Do you still have something covered in goo?
No, I don't think we.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think we picked
Did you wash
up
your
anything.
clothes? You guys were swimming in goo.
Yeah, and then I got fried by God. So.
Oh, wait. No, I was going to give us a shower, and then he said not to, that the bugs would eat us. I remember thinking about that
Do you
I
have
mean-
stuff covered in goo?
the whole time. I have no idea. I remember trying not to, like, take souvenirs too much because we'd have to carry everything back, and the priority stuff was, like, iron.
Yeah.
Nobody is gooey anymore. Even if
We-
you left covered in goo and didn't do anything to remove it, it's been several days since you were covered in goo.
We do
Right.
have
Mm.
weapons we took from the palace.
That's true.
Like, clearly Tarsarian weaponry.
You've shown that already, though.
Right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why
we
it's
did.
fine. He couldn't
Yeah, we
believe.
did.
You might want to show it again if you come at it from a different angle.
You showed off the armor too, yeah?
Yeah, I think they took it.
Ah, I don't
No,
think
they
took
didn't take
Robbie's
it?
armor.
No, my armor's
They
still
didn't
on
have to
me.
get him naked. He
Okay.
didn't take it off.
Yeah. He's going to die in that armor. He's wearing it forever.
Fashionista.
Well, I was just thinking that's the place where you would get metal. But Talon was like, meh, shit anywhere. Meh.
I don't think they'll be impressed by my pocket full of pieces of metal.
Use of stealing. We could be thieves. For all they know.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, that
Thieves.
is true.
Maybe that's where your zone of truth comes in handy.
That's part of the plan, is to kind of say that, hey, we aren't lying. Everything we've said here is true. And go from there.
Even if it doesn't prove that you were attacked by bugs and that new sanctum was completely destroyed by them, it could at least prove that you didn't steal anything.
Which is
That's
also
true.
helpful.
Do we have proof of like any of? Oh, that sounds full of yourself. Do we have proof of any of the heroic acts we've been doing so far?
What are they?
any way to prove like we've clearly saved lives? I have murdered people.
We got an angry bird
Skull of a
as
guy.
a reward.
So, okay.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
the entire town of Dole, but no one here is.
That's true.
As effective as you were in Dole, remember not everybody survived
Yeah.
that encounter.
That's
you-
true. But we could have done nothing.
You did get prizes from Dole. You got a piece of magite. It's hard to prove that that's where that came from.
Right.
And Shell is from Dole.
Yeah.
Other than that, I
Sure.
mean, in Anders, you were breaking the law, so you probably don't want to bring that up. Don't have evidence.
Not at all.
Arbistan's your best piece of evidence of the curse that you fought in the Fortune Wood.
Yeah, we can say. that it was the curse that did this to me instead of the god. So
But we'll have Zone of Truth on.
I can't lie. I cannot lie.
I'll give him the cool acorn. I'll
Yeah,
fight
like
can-
we literally cannot lie
No.
to get out of truth. So
I
Do
can
not-
dance
Damn
around
sure.
the answer, but I cannot lie.
Do not show them the acorn. They might take it away from us.
I think I have it.
Okay, but technically,
No, don't.
technically the reason he is the way he is because of the fortune.
Yes, but then they might take it away from us.
I'm
I
not
didn't
sure.
say I was gonna whip out the acorn.
I
Oh.
have it. I'm not
Like,
showing
crazy
you.
shit happened there.
Okay, I thought you were
When
saying.
we healed you.
Yeah, you have it. It still has 2 charges on it. 2 uses,
Charges.
not charges.
Emotionally attached to
That's
Two
it.
the tech
usage.
term, but yeah.
Yeah.
I do have magic drugs.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think you should show those either. I don't think that helps us out.
Keep the drugs out.
Damn it.
Keep the drugs
No,
out.
Wait. I thought we gave the drugs to
Bela?
to Bela.
Do not mention that you had like fantasy crack, okay?
Those drugs he
Why
destroyed.
would you? Why would you bring that up?
I don't know. He brought it up.
Well, you brought it up.
I guess it's fair to explicitly say not to. Are there any other things we need to make sure no one brings out?
Don't bring up angry dragon storm god.
Yeah, no. Nope. Forget about that.
Leave that one out.
That's
Ziella
fair.
recommended that you not mention the undead.
Oh yeah, don't
because-
talk about the undead or the angry dragon storm god or the
No, we
acorn
probably
or
don't
the
even need
drug.
to mention the fortune wood, really.
Or
We just didn't go there.
or the ghostly figure in Ravi's pendant.
Oh yeah, I shouldn't mention that I sucked up a ghost. That should,
You know,
that
even
started
though
so
no
well.
one likes Kriv, I don't need to talk about how no one likes Kriv. But the refugee camp,
Don't.
might
It's
be willing to come up.
depressing.
Yeah, no, that's not a good one to say either.
we
You-
did. I mean, we did offer to help them, and it's not like we have bad credibility with the rulers, other than the one.
You could say that they're organized and they are not prepared, though. I don't know. Like, they're not just a bunch of people wandering.
I mean, they clearly know what horror is going on. Didn't it happen there first?
They got attacked before Corenia did.
Effed off the mountain. And they have a whole troop of spell users.
There you go. See? I'm just throwing stuff out there, you guys. Everything I can.
All right.
Well,
I mean, I think we've got all of our tools.
okay, Ravi, you're gonna start.
You guys.
Okay,
I'll be the heavy at the end.
there you go.
How do you feel about your talking points? This is like a group speech project right now.
Terribly. I mean, okay, well, we got to start with the Temple District, right? Because you're the one doing all the garbage for that. It would be a good start for you. You know what's up. You're probably going to be running around. Don't show up exhausted. That's probably my recommendation. Again.
I mean, I'll try not to, and this shouldn't be too bad. I'm not running up and down the city. It's just around the temple district.
If I can help,
You would be able to do that.
Would I know if there's like a way to call like a group temple meeting that I could just talk at?
Ring the bell.
Yeah, like I like the beacons.
Batman symbol.
I don't think they have something like that in place that they would be doing all the time. And it might be tough to get them all to leave all of their temples at once right now when everything is chaotic there.
That makes sense.
One at a time would probably work better. You could send somebody else to talk to whoever for whichever one. There is, I mean, for example, there's a shrine, not so much a temple, but like a little small outdoor shrine for worship of the Dragonstorm. And Kriv is a worshiper of the Dragonstorm and might be somebody worth sending over there.
That makes sense to me.
to say just just that smidge of metagaming again, that, boy, if it's specifically a religion check, don't look at me.
I just need you to talk to them and said, hey, I need you to sign this piece of paper that acknowledges these threats are real.
Okay, I can do that. That I can do. Religion might be actually the worst thing I can do, though, specifically.
Oh boy.
Just throwing it out there before we cause more issues.
Religion.
I can go talk to people and have them sign things about. Yes, I can do that.
All right. We're
Other
getting a
than that,
plan
Robbie.
together.
Fearmonger, okay? And then I'll be the hope.
All right.
Good cop, bad cop.
I think we need more persuasion on the hope.
Is anybody
Go
in
real
there,
bad.
Robbie? Is anybody in there part or knows anyone of your family that could like mess us up and just decide just because they're pissed off at you or something, just not vote, always vote against us instead of vote with us?
As far as I know, almost no one in my family knows that I'm alive, so probably not.
Okay.
We should probably talk about that later.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I need to know this story.
yeah, I will tell you guys this story as soon as we are not preparing for the debate of our lives.
Wait a minute.
Fair.
I have credibility with the Milanis.
Didn't you skip out on them?
No?
Is that your
The
friend?
Milanis?
Is that the friend where we learned what plumbing was?
Yeah. No, the person I skimped out on actually ran through my mind and I went, I could help with the upper. Oh, no. Yeah, that lady probably hates me. She's fine. She's got money. Name Julia.
God, I was here a long time ago.
I
Years
wonder.
ago.
I wonder if she's still waiting there, sitting down for you to come
She's
back
not.
to
We've
pay
walked past the weasel. We know.
Maybe she just goes every day and sit down just to wait and see if you come back.
just a skeleton covered in cobwebs, looking at its watch.
Oh boy. Oh boy. But, you know, we really only have it in with the Milanis with like a teenager, so do with that what you will.
That's not great.
Technically, we did help them. We did fix the sewer problem.
Yeah, but how credible
is-
is it to walk
that is
in and be
true.
like, I know all about this war thing going on.
Throwing it out there that was another thing we did, and it was for the city. I don't know how it's helpful, but it's one of the most successful things we've done so far.
It is
Yeah, for
true.
real.
We
For
did
real.
solve the citywide plumbing issue.
See, and that's very relevant to here. I don't know. Maybe it proves we have the city's best interests in hand.
But yeah, I
don't
agree.
know.
That's one thing that we've done, yeah.
But we sure have done that.
We did do that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how credible it is with the upper district who were just like, my water isn't flowing out fast enough.
Saying. We gotta use everything we have right now.
It's true. Should I go there? Should I say, hi, I'm a plumber. I know everything about the war.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yes.
I'm just Mario. I pop out on tunnels randomly. I know what's up all over town.
And fight monsters. So I mean, you're literally
did.
Mario.
I did work with the mob too, so
Exactly.
What about the fact that, hey now, I have a thought here. Okay, so the sewer problem was caused by people displaced from the mountains. And if they got in without the advanced tactics that the internal people have, they could probably also get into the city. Like, with how things stand now.
That is true. That's a really good fucking point.
If, like, some, let's be honest, not highly intelligent kobolds made it in
Not
and
smart,
caused
no.
that much of a disruption,
It's true.
No, actually, that's a good point. That's a good thing to. The city's
Yep.
defenses are not as secure as they think.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
And
very true.
and even if you, like, fixed how they got in, we have tons of, like, stories of how much more advanced these people from Internum are.
and not to mention the fact that they didn't lose a single person in the only battle that's happened so far.
Yeah.
So they have to have some weird like tactical magic or something,
Some kind of advantage that we're not
or or
foreseeing.
there is somebody. They have somebody in the inside that we don't know, and just guides them around and know like the specific points where they.
It's Ziella.
They were saying, the people we talked to, I'm gonna say the people,
Big reveal.
they said that their fighting style was really unique and, like, advanced, and no one had seen anything like it. Like, specifically their fighting style, not just,
That's
like,
true.
heading in and getting the upper hand. Like,
And we have heard that from a bunch of people, and Talon would have heard that.
So
Yeah.
they know kung fu. Fuck.
yeah, they
Kung
do.
Fu.
New
I mean,
Kung Fu.
my plan is to try to link those two together, right? So we know that our defenses aren't the greatest. We know that in the only fight they have not lost a single person, which means that they are either so advanced or so magically enhanced that our chances in an all-out fight aren't good. However, if we can bring back stuff to make magic items, we might be able to put ourselves on an even playing field and see if that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially emphasizing the idea that we need essentially more powerful spellcasters to even just negate what they're clearly doing, since they rely so heavily on spells. And we would know because we are spellcasters.
Exactly.
All right. We've got a good plan getting together. A lot of options, a lot of stuff to bring to the table to try to convince and get at least 2 votes out of these 4 people that you need to convince. I think you can do it.
I
Thanks.
believe in
We'll
us.
be good. We will file that report next time.
Right on.
Alrighty then.
Boy.
So all that planning you guys just did, you got another week to do even more.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Do an audience reach out. Hey.
Secret group chat where Dave's not invited.
Get me.
I mean,
Oh, come on.
I'm going to practice the speeches like I used to do in speech class in college, so I'll be as on point as I can be. I promise.
If we're playing it this way, I need flashcards.
If you guys show up with index cards, I'm going to lose it.
All right, you guys know what to say and what to do.
Color
The
coded,
funniest thing.
highlighted. Practice with our significant others' speeches.
If I see a PowerPoint presentation, like, you're getting the votes immediately.
Well, don't say that. I love
Get
presentation.
Get it. Do
Do a
it.
nice Prezi so it moves really smooth.
Make
That was
sure
my
you have
favorite thing in high school.
Make
That was
make
my
sure you have
thing.
some drawings in there as well, just to put it.
Yeah,
even
that amps it up
better.
with the teachers. They go, "Ooh, that's more hard work to put in."
Yeah.
I know for a fact that teachers do not enjoy if your speech cards are just pictures of things.
I know for a fact that if you draw every PowerPoint slide, they think you did way more work. So that
how
is
you
what
get
I
it.
did.
True story.
All right. Is everybody good to play next week? We're back, by the way. We're back now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we should be
Yeah,
back. And
yes.
I'm good for next week.
July 15th is the day after Bastille Day. I don't know if you guys have big plans for the French independence. I'm not doing anything, so.
Actually,
July 15th.
I do. have plans that day.
Be July 14th is
Yeah.
that day.
Are you
storming the Bastille.
storming like a mini Bastille in a reenactment?
No. That's actually my grandfather's birthday, fun fact.
Fun
Wow.
fact
Oh,
is
okay, fine.
fun fact,
Uh,
the 15th is my mom's birthday.
Oh
Aw,
wow, cool.
Aw.
say how do you
Happy birthday episode to her. War planning. War planning only on your birthday.
It's her birthday.
We do also
We can sing the happy birthday song like a restaurant.
Oh God, no!
Happy
Please, no.
birthday.
not sure if it's on
Oh,
everybody's
God, no.
plans, but you do also have not talked to Illyria yet. I don't know if you're going to or not,
I would sure like to.
but that hasn't happened. So
It's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
after
that's
this, I don't think we have to leave the next day. We'd have a little bit of time to do that
Yeah,
afterwards. But
I mean, I have to stay a whole week laying down, so you guys gonna have a lot of time for this.
yeah,
Oh, we can't leave without you.
I mean,
I mean,
I can figure out how to get there afterwards, but
There's
yeah,
some
like
kids being made.
have two separate campaigns. One with the three of us, and one with Arvidsson fighting the Internum by himself in a field.
With a bow and arrow laying on the ground.
no, bow and arrow against a window where the bed is, like.
If it takes us a week to boat there, does that count as a week of sleeping?
no, that won't
No.
You can't sleep on a boat, Arviston.
You guys
well,
are,
in that case,
yes.
we will definitely have enough time to talk to Illyria and whoever else we want to.
yeah, they need
Oh, yeah,
time to get a
definitely.
boat ready. If they decide to send you guys, then they got to find a boat, and they need a crew for the boat, and they've got to get provisions ready on the boat, and it's all going to take a while. And there's
Yeah.
red tape to get through, bureaucracy, all that crap.
Yeah, and I gotta get my bejeweled whip. And I gotta get.
Bejeweled whip we need. We have to get bones.
all of
Now
our
what-
armor. I
now
need an
watch me
obscene
whip.
amount of incense.
Yeah, for real. We need to get our armor.
I dropped
which is-
hashtag diamonds. We haven't even been there yet.
I know, gotta go there. I need at least 300 gold's worth of diamonds.
Oh man.
But we
the
got
minimum.
plenty of time.
And if-
Starting-
Horn, just as a heads up.
okay. We should just get a bedazzler, right? So we can just
True.
start bejeweling everything we've got.
Yeah, like a hot glue gun.
Yeah.
Fill in where my scale is missing with little.
How about more scales? Sell them. Put your jewels in. Like a tattoo.
Okay. We'll see everybody next week.
Right on.
Ah!
Bye until then.